Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday, 17 March 2024. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is as green as I could get, with FLOSSTUBE number 216. Welcome back to my near weekly YouTube channel about counted cross stitch. Obviously I missed last week, but I did give you a bonus little cash sort of retreat summary midweek. But yeah, I was away at the Christchurch Stitches retreat or commuting back to Wellington from Christchurch. So yeah, no video last week. That being said, I didn't have a lot to show you really, but anyway, I've got a little bit to show you now. So it's been a good, lucky I had 2 weeks to do some stitching. What's been going on? Yeah, so last time I had a FLOSSTUBE, I talked about a proposed, where we had been given notice of a proposed restructure at work due to government fiscal savings targets, and to cut a little bit of a long story short, yeah, my role is proposed for disestablishment. We're still in the feedback stage. I've got till Thursday to give some feedback, and there are some unique elements to my disestablishment proposal compared to a lot of my colleagues, so I do have to give a little bit more kind of quite specific feedback, not anonymous because it's just me, but had a chat with HR and my manager, and yeah, so there's a bit of complication in that they can't ask. We have a policy of not asking for people to choose what they want to do, but I do have to give some feedback on there's a couple of options for me. So I'll be giving feedback on that this week, and then we expect to get confirmed as being proposed for disestablishment. Confirmed that the role has been disestablished. I think it's the 8th of April. So at this stage it's all proposed, but it's probably likely, and that's okay. I, at this stage, expect to have a longer lead time because essentially, I'm going to say I'm okay to stay on to finish the project I'm on rather than finish like immediately. And that's through till end of October at this stage. So probably if I am disestablished, I will be employed. I have a job until the end of October. It gives me a little bit of time to get my shit together. But also it gives me time for other opportunities to come up, even at work, even if it was a fixed term option. So anyway, watch this space. Yeah, basically by the 8th of April, I think I'll know. So what's that, 3 weeks-ish? 3 weeks. And then we'll just go from there. But yeah, there's a lot of people, as I said in my other video, being made losing their jobs over the public sector, and it's probably going to be a bit crap for a while. Market could be a bit tight. Am I going to have to tighten my spending even more? Yes, just probably not going to take holidays. I'll bank all my annual leave days so that I have a few extra weeks at the end should I need them. Yeah, we'll just have to be super careful and probably not commit to too many exciting things. Although I do want to go to the Christchurch retreat in March 2025. Also, my brother has indicated that their wedding is going to be at the end of March 2025. We'll see. But anyway, that's the work thing. So I can't really talk too much about it because it is proposed. And there are some details that I kind of have to keep confidential, but that's okay. What else has been going on? As a work, the irony is I'm so busy at work. So at the moment I'm on sort of 3 projects. Had our big vendor that we're partnering with, well, they're not a big vendor, a little vendor that we're partnering with on this project in town. They're from they work in Auckland and Hamilton. And then they're like, let's go out for drinks and dinner and on a Thursday night. And so I had to go to work on Friday, a little bit hungover, don't drink that much, but I don't drink that much. I know I joke about it, but I literally like have a drink every few weeks. I'm not actually a heavy drinker. Oh man, was I tired. And then I had my hair appointment on Friday. So I didn't get a lot of stitching done, any stitching done on Thursday, nothing on Monday, the day I worked in the office, a little bit on Tuesday. I just haven't had that much time for stitching the last few weeks. But anyway, we're just kind of trying to get things done. Dad's doing okay. His bathroom renovation starts this week coming, I think. He's getting all his bits and pieces. So basically, he's been finding it increasingly hard to sort of step in and out of the shower. So he's getting the bath pulled out, because it's a shower over bath. He's getting the bath pulled out and a walk-in shower put in, but also a bidet toilet and some other... like when he has his shoulder done and with his back and everything, you know, it's a bidet toilet will be helpful. And also the bathroom's very tired and needs to be relined. Like there's a bit of a saggy floor where there's obviously been a leak at some stage. Floor got in the ceiling and he's getting an extractor fan and all the things. So not a fancy bathroom, but compared to what it is now, it's going to be a fancy bathroom. So that starts, he'll have no proper bathroom facilities for 3 weeks. He's working out how to have showers and things. Stitching related. Before I forget, I'm just going to put on screen a link to an Instagram account. A couple of people recently have reached out and asked about how to get the Stitches Through the Years freebie Black Sampler that I finished a little while ago. I started last year during Black Sampler November, and I had it for a while. It is a little bit tricky to find, but there's a couple of different ways. But probably the easiest way is to go on Instagram, find, is it Paonia_V or Vi, that's up on the thing now. And if you look under the like saved reels, I guess, are they reels? Scroll along, there's one called Black Sampler, and click on that, and it has a post and a link to where you can get it. So it's probably the easiest way to find it. It's sort of, if you look for Stitches Through the Years, you don't really get it. You sort of have to find her blog and find it through a link on that, and it's a bit dodgy. It's a bit not dodgy, it's hard to find. So hence a couple of people reaching out going, we can't find it. I'm like, yeah. I had to put my Sherlock Holmes hat on and get my magnifying glass out and go sleuthing really, because even I had forgotten how I'd found it. I probably clicked a link from somebody else's YouTube back, you know, a couple of years ago, like even Mama Loves You GB maybe. She does a lot of freebies. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. That's how I would recommend finding it. I don't think you need to have an Instagram account if you're on a browser to go to Instagram to view stuff. I don't think you do need to have one. But if you're, anyway, good luck. Yeah, I guess I've got a couple of things to show you that are kind of newish. So some of them I got while I was away at retreat, but they weren't specifically retreat related. Do you know what I mean? Like shopping. So I thought I'd just leave them for this video. Mostly that other video was half an hour long already. This video, you want to pad it out a little bit, right? Excuse my croaky voice. It's just morning voice and not having talked to anybody. What have I got to show you that is stitchy related, or stitchy adjacent? I don't know. When I was away at retreat, and I was for the first couple of nights, Thursday night, Friday night, I stayed with my stepbrother and my sister-in-law to be in Woodend, which is about, I don't know, make it up, 40 minutes outside of Christchurch. And on Friday, so my sister-in-law to be, Penny, she had recently had ankle reconstruction surgery. So she was non-weight bearing and kind of miserable, poor thing. So, but and my brother was working from home during her recovery to help her out and stuff. So he lent me his car on the Friday, which was quite nice. So I could drive around. But as soon as I left their place, the first coffee place I saw, which is just down the road, was Three Llamas Coffee. So I stopped in there to grab a coffee, and then it was really nice. And they do their own roasting. They sell Peruvian blend, probably could have guessed. Peruvian bean, and they do different roastings. And I picked up, so I got a plunger grind. I just wanted to show it, so it's so cute. So I got the Lima blend, which is described as having rich, smooth vanilla notes. There's a little spiel on the back about Richard and Cecilia. I presume that that's their business. And yeah, they ethically source all their beans from Peru, and it was kind of fun. So I got them to grind me the Lima blend. I'm quite excited to make homebrew, cold brew out of that. But continuing on the coffee theme, and this is Stitchy related, but it's kind of funny. And if you're a little bit precious, I don't think you are if you're one of my followers, because it's a little bit rude, but makes me really funny, makes me laugh. So on the Saturday morning, I got my brother to drop me off at Susie's shop in Kaiapoi. Susie has a florist shop in Kaiapoi. I think she's called Florist. Creep me, Susie. So Susie is someone I had briefly met at Christchurch Retreat in 2021 when I oohed and ahed over her keys to the kingdom. And since then, we've got friendly online or what have you, and we're doing the Crowns of the Kingdom stitch along. And she sent me a couple of charts, and so Kaiapoi is like 6 kilometres up the road from where my brother is in Woodend. So I got him to drop me off with her, sat in the car while she did her morning deliveries, and we went to the retreat. Now, on the way to the retreat, she mentioned something about mumble, I'll text and order us a coffee. I wasn't listening. It was too early. So that was fine. So we ordered the coffee, picked it up, we yakking away, blah, 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 and we get to the retreat. So we're sitting down at the retreat together, getting to know people and talking to people. And she mentioned the name of the shop. She said, because someone said, where'd you get your coffee from? And she said, from, name of the shop. I went, what did you say? And she said, I told you in the car. I said, I wasn't listening. Anyway, she gave me one of their cards, and I'm just going to show it on screen. And it made me so happy to look at the name of that business. It's so good. And it was a good coffee too. So, well, that meant we had to have a whole lot of jokes all weekend, of course, because we're all a little bit. Now, if you don't get it, good on you. You've got a lovely, clean mind. If you do get it, you won't be offended. Anyway, that just brought me so much joy just to have that card, because it was funny and I have a dirty mind, so whatever. Okay, so that was Stitchy adjacent, but anyway, it was lovely getting to know Susie. Hi, Susie, properly. And anyway, such fun. We had we had a fun weekend. It's just, as I said in my last sort of bonus video, it's just nice getting to know people and kind of building friendships that are not just because we're stitchers. That's how we met, right? But it's I'm having a hot flush, be with. Probably thinking about that coffee card. What else on my list? Oh yeah, stuff I have to do after this video. It's a lengthy list. Okay, I can probably throw this away. Whew, okay. Before I got to retreat, on the Friday when I was gallivanting around Christchurch, which really was go visit my friend Narissa, who is Narissa's Stitching Lifestyle on FLOSSTUBE, YouTube, and see all her beautiful samples on the wall in person. And then we went to lunch at, I don't remember where we went, Columbus at Riccarton Mall, and then we went across the road to Art and Frame. So when Narissa had shown this fully finished on her page, on her YouTube a month ago, and I sort of asked if I could borrow it, and so she's lent it to me, and it's just this one. It's an oldie. What year is it? I don't know. I can't see what year it is. It's from Needlework Press. It's called Time to Stitch, and she'd had it stitched for a long time, but she'd finally fully finished it into a kind of crafty clock case thingy that she had for ages. So I want to stitch this. Now what it is I need to find some sort of clock thing to stick it in, and then I'll decide the fabric size and everything. So I'm on the hunt for a couple of different options, maybe to make for the clock finish item to then stitch it, but I intend to do that relatively soonish, so I have to go looking around some second-hand shops and stuff. But it's so cute. But yeah, this is only on loan. I'll give that back to Narissa when I've stitched it. Thank you, Narissa. So that was on the Friday, and then of course we went into Art and Frame, which is according to the interwebs, a framing shop. and homeware sort of shop. They have some import some things, lovely things like sculpture things, and I don't really know. But they have over the years expanded half the shop to be Stitchy related, and it's not on their website. But it's just so wonderful to go in and look through things and touch things, all that. However, I was like, I have to, you know, just found out I probably don't have a job. You know, I had just not ready to, I need to be really careful for the next little while. Make a very prudent decision. It's not that I'm not going to buy things, but last time I was there, I spent like $500. So I needed to not spend $500. And I was feeling a bit sort of anxious about spending any money. But I was going to have a look around and see what was there. And a dear friend who was there, who I'm not going to name, came over to me and she slipped me an envelope, and she had bought me a voucher to spend at Art and Frame, which was so lovely and not necessary, but very much appreciated. So I went wild. I didn't go wild. So I spent the voucher. But what was sort of funny is when I arrived, I had purchased this from Judith. So Judith is our lovely local bag lady. And Judith had made a whole bunch of bags to sell at the retreat, or she pre-sold most of them, and I didn't really do anything, but a group of us, I'm going to call me the foreman, delivered them to the people, and then there were a handful still to sell. So she had just made a whole bunch of different bags out of bits and pieces that she had to fundraise. Some of it was for Outpoured, and some of it was for the Hutt Foundation, which was the retreat charity. So I got this wee little bag. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I don't care. I love it. And it's got a beautiful zipper pull, one of Judith's sexy zips. Inside is buttons, I think. Yeah, just kind of funny vintage buttons and things. So for some reason, I don't know why, this was waiting for me at Art and Frame in one of the Art and Frame bags. Art and Frame locals, you'll know these bags. I think that Jude and Arissa had left it there. I don't really know. But also, before I bought anything, I also had another one of these boxes with some floss in it and the needle. So Karen, who owns Art and Frame, very kindly was having, I guess, some gift with proposed purchase. So thank you, Karen. So they were waiting for me at Art and Frame without me having spent any money. So then I had, of course, this lovely voucher. So I was looking around and I found a couple of things on a sale table that, well, we found lots of things on the sale table, but these were a couple of things that tickled my fancy. And I was with a couple of other, because there was a bunch of us met for lunch, so we went over the road together. So there's a bunch of retreaty people there, and we're like going through the thing, oh, we'll put that aside. So we all had like a maybe pile, and then we had to, like, you know, everyone has to choose what you put back. So I was sort of waiting for people to put things back and grabbing them, but I settled on this one because it's different and weird, and I don't know. You know, who doesn't love stitching with white floss? Majestic Birds by Kathy Barrick, and we love Kathy Barrick's design. So yeah, it was on sale, and we've got the sale sticker on it. And it's just interesting. It's charted for needlepoint silks or DMC. What did they stitch it on? Oh, Bloody Fox and Rabbit, which no one can get that because we're in New Zealand. We kind of come at the end of the list, and all you overseas folks keep buying all the stuff we can get here, and we can't get it. So who knows what I'll stitch it on one day. But there was seaweed linen, I think. What count did they stitch it on? Who knows? 40 count seaweed linen for Fox and Rabbit using one strand of needlepoint silks. Use these cross stitch, big stitch, straight stitch, French knots. Woohoo! Also, road stitch, rice stitch, Smyrna cross, double cross stitch. I'm going to sneeze. I always sneeze when I do my video. And I'm back. It's so, honestly, every single time I do a floss tube, I sneeze at least once. Weird, right? So anyway, that's that one. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. It's very lovely and different, and wouldn't need to be on the seaweed linen. It could be kind of on any colour linen. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 colours. You know, black, 3865 for white, you need a lot of that. I've got a bunch of natural silk from Silks For You that I could use. And then a mint green, Palomino gold light, Palomino gold medium, sable brown, doeskin brown. Pretty, it's just different. Now, if you're watching my video, I can't remember who put this back, but I said I'm happy to pass it to you later. Remind me who that was? I can't think who I was with at the time. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be 2 years before I stitch this. And then I also picked up this one because it was kind of a bit quirky and weird and simple, and I liked it. And I like the name. It's from the Scarlet Letter, and it was also on the sale table. Rebecca Nuts. I'm going to call this my Nutty Sampler, and it's just, I like how it's not like, it's just one of those sort of bitsy all over the place. Like, I like symmetry. If it's not symmetrical, I like it to be manic. It's like, this feels like what my brain feels like sometimes. This sort of manic, sometimes it moves too fast and my words don't come out my mouth correctly because my head's doing this. So, and I like it, yeah, Rebecca Nutt, 1807. So this will forever be known as the Nutty Sampler. I will, of course, personalise it when I do it. It wouldn't take very long at all. And it is described as a plain Quaker sampler, beautiful in its simplicity and straightforwardness and nuttiness. And I am excited that I got that. I just really like it. It's just sort of plain and beautiful and weird and quirky and just like me. And then you may remember I wanted to get a skein or two of Okefenokee for my, I can't remember her name, but the one that I'm doing for my paternal grandmother. So I picked up 2 skeins of that. It's not quite as dark as the one I've got, I think, but I kind of like the fact that it'll be faded near the top because then it will look like it's old and vintage and weird. So I got 2 skeins of that. I picked the 2 darkest they had, but it's definitely lighter than the one that I used, or the 2 that I used. So that's fine. I don't mind in a vintagey kind of sampler that the colour fades. And then I still hadn't spent all my voucher, so I grabbed just another random. And I still had 40 cents left, and I said, I can't spend 40 cents. So I let Karen keep the 40 cents, but just baked clay because I'm sure I'll need it for something. I just went to the wall and went, I don't know which colour to pick. And I picked that one. So then I got to retreat on the Saturday, and I had, Susie gave me some money for some walnut shell that I'd taken down for her. And she gave me a little bit too much, but I just put that into raffles. So it went back into charity. But I just picked up a pair of scissors from Debbie Angel's shop, Angel Crafts. She was, of course, the organizer of the retreat, and she had a little shop there. And do I need more scissors? Probably not, but we all need more scissors. And I don't have any that are this amazing colour. And they're just little, they're not like they're terribly expensive scissors, but they're kind of good to take. I don't know, just need another pair of scissors. So I got that. So that is everything I got that weekend. It wasn't a lot. You know, again, fiscally constrained at the moment. But I don't know, you either spend a little or you spend a lot. And I was very happy with my 2 little sale purchases. Both quirky and a bit different. And I like quirky and a bit different. Again, just like me. Oh, I did buy one more thing this week. It's really random. I don't do Halloween. I mean, I've stitched a couple of Halloween things. Generally, I don't do Halloween, but a dear friend, Cherry Parker from cherryparker.co.nz, you may recall I stitched the New Zealand flower ball, that 3D thing that I put together in early December. Well, she's been working on another one, and it's a Halloween themed one, and it's a sale. So there are 6, I didn't read the instructions, 6 parts, I think. So she's only released the first part. Here we go. Should I read it? I'll hold this up while I read it. So that's a hint of the first part. You can't see some of these motifs around the outside. So sale part 1. This is $5, probably US, I guess, through Etsy. and then you don't have to buy all of them, but then there'll be 5 other parts, so all up it's going to be $30. I'll just read that. It says, this Halloween ball stitch along will consist of 6 parts beginning in March 2024 and finishing in August 2024. The Halloween ball is made up of 26 small sections, 6 octagonal shapes, 8 hexagonal shapes, and 12 small squares, the same as what my New Zealand ball was. So yeah, consisting of 6 monthly parts, $5 per part. Why didn't I just read the thing before? I never do that. Each month will include March, 1 octagon, 1 hexagon, 2 squares. Oh my. And then you also get a kind of a bonus hanging decoration design that you can stitch independently. And I believe, like according to this one, they will fit into the hexagon designs as well. So if you wanted to swap one of the other designs out, you could. So March, April, May and June will contain 1 octagon, 1 hexagon, 2 squares, and 1 hanging decoration design. July and August will have 1 octagon, 2 hexagons, 2 squares, and 1 hanging decoration design, and the instructions will come in August. So after October, the whole design will be available as one pack, but you won't get the bonus decorations. So if you want the bonus decorations, which I think I might be able to show you the one of them. Let me have a look. I can, yeah. So you can see whether you like the idea. So you'd want to, so imagine it'll be a little bit cheaper when you buy it as one pack, but you won't get the bonuses. I have put it together. It's lots of stitching. It's not hard, it's just lots. So there's lots of hand stitching at the end. I guess any of the pieces you could make into ornaments if you didn't want to stitch the ball together. She stitched hers on 25 count Lugana even weave from Zweigart using vintage grey, purple passion and slate. Fabric requirements are in the chart. As she said, you can use any fabric you like, but you need to make sure you use the same fabric, like the same count and ideally the same design from the same company so that they'll fit together nicely. I just had to buy it because it's going to be really cute. And I have ordered all the called for fabric from, I don't know where I ordered it from, Ribbon Rose in Auckland. So that is on its way and will come next week, and then I will start it. And so what are the designs for this month? You get the octagon is the haunted house. The hexagon is bat in the belfry, so a bell tower with a bat, a couple of the squares, a trick and a scream mask sort of thing, and then this is your bonus hanging design. But I'm pretty sure I read that, oh yeah, you can substitute the little owl for one of the hexagonal shapes if you want. If you didn't want to stitch the bat in the belfry or another one of the hexagons that come later, this will fit into that, and she does provide the instructions for how to do that. But there's just showing you the little hexagon whatever that is, owl, and that's the colour fabrics and stuff. So anyway, just want to show that. Go ahead, you can find Cherry Parker designs on Etsy, or you can go to cherryparker.co.nz. Cherry as in like the fruit, Parker like a raincoat. Can you read that? Anyway, I'm excited to do it, even though it's cute and quirky and fun, and I don't know, I have forgotten the trauma of putting that ball together. It wasn't traumatic. My fingers hurt for weeks. Don't finish it all in one go. If you make this, I would recommend finishing as you go, wherever you can, so you're not doing all of the hand stitching in one weekend. That's what I intend to do as I stitch it. Okay, that's a lot, right? 33 minutes and I haven't shown you any stitching. I do have a few things to show you over the last 2 weeks, but it's not a lot. Okay, so the week that I missed, the week that I found out about my job, the week before retreat, I did a tiny bit of stitching. I picked up Frederika. I picked up the wrong one. I picked up Frederika, not this one, but the other one. I pulled the wrong chart. Never mind. I'm not going to find it now. From So Frederika from Carriage House Samplings, which like Frederick is on 40 count drifting sands linen from Country Stitch using the Call 4 DMC. When did I start, Frederika? Early December. So I picked Frederika up, I think on the Sunday night after my video, and everything inside the frame is done. So basically those sort of 4 lines there of right across, and then that brown knoll that she's standing on. This is decoration in her tail that comes down. I think I actually colour completed that brown. I don't think it appears anywhere else. That was just a happy accident. So when I pick it up again, I'll start on probably on her tail and work my way up to her body. So that was it. That was, so if I had done a video, I wouldn't have that much to show you. So that's everything I did that 2 weeks ago. Just again, you know, on the Monday I had a heads up from my manager that my job was that I was going to get one of those chats, and then I got the formal meeting on the Tuesday, and then the document was released on the Wednesday, the proposal document, and then I had the intranet going live that night, our new intranet, and then Thursday I had to get up early and pack and go to work and then catch plane. So it just wasn't a lot of stitching happen. And then of course when I was at my brother's, I kind of knew I wasn't getting any stitching done on the Thursday. Well, Thursday night I arrived quite late from travel, and yeah, I had time for a glass of wine, then go to bed. And then on the Friday night we went out for dinner and then just chatted for a bit. So I didn't have any time to do any stitching. I didn't do any stitching on the Saturday night. Even by the time we got back from dinner, it was really late, straight to bed. So there was just not a lot of stitching other than at retreat. At retreat, on the Saturday, I had my new start, which was the one I had said I was going to do, Quaker Alphabet by Ladida. This is something I'd kitted up when I'd been in Dunedin for a stitching weekend with friends in 2020, and I hadn't started it. So this is on 35 count vintage marble from Zweigart using Weeks Dye Works Navy and, I can't read that, what is it, Fathom. So I started it on the Saturday, which was the 9th of March, and I got a good, decent start. So it's, at this stage I'm only using the navy colour, and I kind of, my goal was to get, you know, that big motif done, which I did. I managed to squeeze in a bit, come up here a bit. These are only half stitched. I didn't feel like counting, so I think this comes along a little bit more, this comes on a little bit more, but I will wait till I stitch up. So I don't know, there's a risk when you're talking and counting and other people are counting and they're calling out raffle numbers and what have you, that you go, I'm gonna stuff that up. So I just left it. I don't usually leave a string, except that I think I need another 8 or so to get across here. So that is what, 2/3 of the way along. So yeah, got all of that motif, that little bit, a little bit of that line there, and I brought a little bit of that line across here. So I've only got, I mean, yeah, I'm probably what, 2/3 of the way across the bottom. And it's a fun little stitch. It was, yeah, a nice, it's nice to pick a monochromatic. Well, I mean, there's two things, but at the moment I'm stitching monochromatic while you're chatting, because you don't have to worry about what colour's next, you just have to worry about what stitch is next. So that was all, for me, that was all I got done on Saturday. Because, you know, we were talking a lot. And I had taken 2 other projects, so I had taken 2 whips, but I only stitched on one of them. And I had taken my little wood block, never got to it. So on Sunday, I talked to people a lot, and I pulled out the Colours of Autumn from Dorothee Kandzi at Historiche Stickmuster, which I started at the Dunedin retreat in 2023. This is on 35 count white Zweigart. It's not often I stitch on white, so it's like, woo, very stark. And I'm using, well, originally it was called for AVAS Soie, and then I changed a couple of the colours, which I'm I changed the brown and the orange because the cord four didn't look like the picture. So this had been neglected for quite a while because I lost it. Well, I didn't lose it. I misplaced it in my room because I have it in a tiny little plastic pouch, which I couldn't find. So all I got done at the retreat was the light green in that square. The dark green had already been done. I had stitched that up from when I was here. That's it. That's all I got done on Sunday. That's appalling. I think given that when I went to the Dunedin retreat and I stitched on a couple of things, I stitched like 3.5 of these and I got one done. That's just terrible. So we were very engaged. That's all I did on the Sunday. As I've said a million times, gonna sneeze again. I'm allergic to FLOSSTUBE. As I've said a million times, you don't go to retreats to stitch. Appalling. And then of course got back late Sunday, nothing then. Monday night, nothing stitched. Tuesday and Wednesday I did a little bit of stitching. They're 2 of my work from home days. Thursday night went out with people from work, and then what am I doing yesterday? I didn't get much done. I did a little bit on Saturday, a little bit on Sunday. Friday. No, right, hair appointment on Friday. I got home late. So I only really stitched a little bit on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then a little bit yesterday. I did a whole lot of housework and I had a nap and read and took a friend out for coffee for her birthday during the week. So I didn't really get a lot done. I didn't have a lot of time to stitch. But I pulled out this one. So Modern Folk Embroidery, I Am No Bird, a Charlotte Brontë Sampler. And this is on 40 count Tickle the Ivory linen from Dames of the Needle using Anchor Black, and I started this. Did I start it then? I don't think that's correct. It says I started at Stash Sampler start number 3. I didn't remember that. Thank goodness I write shit down, because I would have sworn this was a 50 at 50. Oh no, that was the Jane Austen. A Real Comfort was a 50 at 50. The companion piece. So this got pulled out. I think last time I talked about it. Last time you saw this, I'd finished all of the border. So I just have the innards to do. And I'd said I might work my way up. I kind of want to do I'll do a stitch with me, needles on fire when I do the house, but I kind of want to stitch all this stuff first. So yes, I want to do the house last. That's just how I am. So I'm working my way up, get all the words in, and then I can get that in. So just want to make it, drag it out. That's what I did. So I pulled this up. So I got a little bit of stitching done this week on this. But yeah, again, this is it. So I got all of that done across the bottom. And I got him in, and I got her in. And now I can move up, do the birds and the words, and then come back and do the house later. So yay. Good progress on that. Holding it for the screen grab. Who knows if that will work. Never does. I hold something up for like long enough that I would think YouTube would say, hey, use this as your thumbnail, and instead when I go to load my thumbnail it has things like because it's dumb. AI is not all that yet. That's it. That's a lot, eh? That was like not that much stitching, but a lot of video. I don't know what else to say. I think that might be it. I kind of am aware that I'm over 40 minutes and I probably only can cut a couple of minutes out of me sneezing. So I might just wrap it up. It's 11:23. I do want to make bread. I do want to make zucchini loaf. I do need to mow my lawns. I'm aware that the last time I said all those things, I chopped a big chunk out of my finger. So I'm staying away from scissors until I get these things done. Got a few errant weeds in my garden that I need to go and pull out because they are naughty and they're not supposed to be there. Sorry, errant weeds in my lawn. But it's too hot to do it right now. I can't. The sun, I'll melt and I'll burst into flames. That's pretty much it. Again, thank you for coming along, putting up with me. And I don't remember what I normally do at the end of these. details about the projects that I've shown you are in the doobly-doo. Do go grab that freebie black sampler from Stitches Through the Years if you haven't already. It's a delightful little sampler, and it's, as I get older, I'll forget how to find it, so you might want to click it, go find it now. I'll see you next week. I expect to have a slightly more productive week. I don't have any, I have one dinner to go out to, so maybe, oh, and my cousin's coming next week. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. I will get some stitching done during the week, but probably not tomorrow night. Maybe not even this evening, because I'm too busy doing other things. I look forward to seeing you, look forward to your comments. Thank you again for being lovely and supporting me and my channel. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed for me, for my job. It's going to be a little while before I have to worry about it. I try not to worry about it. It's out. Whether I have it or not is out of my control, so all I can do is control the things that are within my control, like pulling weeds out of my lawn and stitching. I'll talk to you again. Thanks for coming. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.